Hi, welcome back to another episode of Swapnangal. Let us dream together. The topic for today's video is about the northern frontier of the Cape settlement. As more and more people started to move north, trading opportunities increased. Groups of Khoisan started to move into the frontier areas north of the colony. They lived by hunting and trading with African kingdoms and the trekboers. Some trekboers had moved north, becoming hunters and traders at the Olifants River and beyond. Boers of the Graaf Reinet district used the grazing lands north of the Gariep River for their cattle. They hunted and also raided cattle as far as the Caledon River valley. The Kora and Griqua were mixed descendants of runaway slaves who had left the colony. They traded manufactured goods, tobacco, and pack oxen from the Cape. Pack oxen are oxen trained to carry loads and pull wagons with goods. The Kora originally originated from small groups of Khoikhoi who had lost their land to the Dutch at the southwestern Cape. The group also included runaway slaves and mixed European and Khoikhoi descendants. Most of the first Kora people had worked on Dutch farms and spoke Dutch. They already knew how to use guns and ride horses. They lived along the Gariep River in the central parts of southern Africa. The Kora kept close contact with the Cape colony. They got goods from the colony, such as material for making clothes, flour for making bread, and tobacco, which the Dutch farmers grew. They traded these goods with different groups of people along the Gariep River and beyond. The Griqua were a group of people of Khoikhoi slave and European descendants who had left the Cape in the late 1700s. They owned cattle, had guns, had horses, and used ox wagons. They usually wore European-style clothes, spoke Dutch, and were Christian. At the beginning of the 19th century, the Griqua settled north of the Gariep River, in an area which later became known as the Griqua Land West. They were the first group of people from the Cape to settle north of the Gariep River. The Griqua took their name from the Khoikhoi group Gariep. The Griqua saw themselves more as Khoikhoi than the Dutch. They traded material, flour, tobacco, and oxen. They traded mainly with the southern Swana groups. There were also other people living off the Gariep in the 1800s. These were European adventurers who came from Europe and lived as hunters and traders in the interior of southern Africa. These European adventurers sometimes joined the Kora and Griqua. In the 18th and early 19th century, there were a number of Swana states spread across the parts of what is today the Northern Cape and Northwest Province. The Swana states were made up of Swana people. The Swana are a Bantu-speaking ethnic groups who are native to southern Africa. From early times, the Swana traded ivory, hides, skins, furs, iron, and copper for beads and cloth from the southern Africa. By the 19th century, the Kora and Griqua were making trade links for the Swana with the Cape. The first Christian missionaries who came to the Cape in the 19th century were strongly against slavery. They believed that Christian principles of equality and love of others help people to improve their own lives. They worked to convert the indigenous people and ex-slaves of the colonies to Christianity. They believed that they could help the indigenous people to improve their position in the colonial society. Many Khoisan and ex-slaves went to live on mission farms. They learned to read, grow food crops, and various skills that would help them earn a good living. The Boers accused the missionaries of stealing their cheap labor. The missionaries had an important influence on both the governments of the Cape and Britain. In 1819, Dr. John Philip of the London Missionary Society arrived at the Cape. He campaigned to influence the Cape government to pass Ordinance 50, which gave important rights to the Khoikhoi people. Thank you for watching my video. If you found this video informative, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Till then, stay tuned to my channel. Bye-bye.